Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. It's been said that you act in a certain way and you attract riches to you. Well, this doesn't mean being boastful or pompous or getting ego in the way. It doesn't mean spending money that you don't have. But think of how much your mind can do for you. Think about the times where you were a little bit nervous about something, and then you started to really think about everything that could go wrong, and you started to worry, what would other people think of you? And you started to build up fear in your imagination, and your central nervous system got so involved thinking that this problem was real that you might be actually shaking. You might be so scared that you didn't leave the house. And it was all in your mind. Your mind is powerful energy. Your thoughts are going out into the wild blue yonder, and they are attracting back people, circumstances, situations, things that match the frequency, that are in harmony with. So a lot of times I talk about harmony, and you think, oh, harmony is wonderful, it's lovely. If you think of a symphony or any kind of musical group playing together in harmony, it sounds so lovely. But there's also disharmony, or there's harmony with things that they're not melodic, they're not the way you really want them to be, they're the opposite. So when I talk about your thoughts being in harmony with what you want, you can think about that, you can feel it, you can practice. What would it be like to be in harmony with love, abundance, prosperity, joy, happiness, playfulness, ease, and flow? But if you're thinking in the opposite direction, if you're feeling criticized, judged, worried, resentful, angry, your thoughts would be in harmony with things that are very unlovely, more things that make you afraid or worried or doubt yourself. So when I talk about harmony, I'm just talking about matching frequencies. If you want your world to be peaceful, you can't be watching the news and talking about the war and the crises that are going on, and gossiping and being bitter about things that have happened, and then talk about love and peace and tranquility. You're going in opposite directions. So I encourage you just to practice noticing your thoughts. Practice if you're not feeling so great, if you're worried, if you're feeling critical or judged, let that go. Practice letting it go over and over and over and over. You've heard the saying, let go and let God. It doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing and hope that a higher power will step in and do everything for you. Although when you start to really practice believing in your higher self, in good, in universal energy, when you really let go of the stress and the strain and the struggle, it is going to feel like that. It is going to feel like things around you are happening for you. And when you start to believe that, you can set a goal that you are really in love with, and it doesn't take very long for it to fall into place because we live in a world of infinite supply. We've been practicing thoughts of lack and limitation. We've been told there's only so much to go around. It's been pointed out to us all our lives how much poverty and stress and struggle there is in the world. And most of us were taught that if you're not working hard, you're not worth anything. You're not going to gain anything. You have to earn everything. Well, you do have to earn it, but it doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be constant, hard labor. It doesn't have to feel like we're shackled. You can enjoy your job and work happily and diligently, and at the end of the day, realize how much you enjoyed your work, how much you got done, how much you did things on purpose, and feel great about yourself and the work that you accomplished. The word work is not a bad word. It's a 4-letter word, but it doesn't have to be a constant burden. When I talk to my students about the hardest work they'll ever do is thinking. Thinking is not hard physical labor, but it can be exhausting if you're not used to it. To sit and think about a goal that you would like to accomplish, a destination that you'd love to arrive at, something that you desire in your life, and thinking about it as if it's already here. Taking the time to sit still and to develop your imagination, to practice thinking about what you like, what you prefer, what you want to show up in your life, despite what's going on around you, in spite of all the challenges. Practicing thinking about that dream house that you're going to build, or your business helping so many people. What service are you providing to the world that is changing the way people act, the way people do things, brings more ease and flow and comfort into the lives of millions of people through your invention, through your idea of a different way of doing things? The world is constantly changing, and it doesn't change until we notice what's going wrong, what we don't prefer, what's hard, and making it flow. That means looking at it from a different perspective. It means changing the way we look at things so that the things we look at can change. When we hold on to it has to be done in the way I think it has to be done, then it doesn't get a chance to be different, smoother, more purposeful, more productive. So when I'm talking about acting in a certain way, it starts out with your thoughts. In the book The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, he talks about acting in a certain way. He says, thought is the impelling force which causes the creative power to act. That's the law of cause and effect. You start to think differently, and then you start to act differently, and you get a different reaction from the universe. Things around you change because you've been compelled to change your behavior. Wallace Waddle says, thinking in the certain way will bring riches to you, but you must not rely upon thought alone, paying no attention to personal action. That is the rock upon which many otherwise scientific metaphysical thinkers meet shipwreck, the failure to connect thought with personal action. We have not yet reached the stage of development in which a person can create directly from the formless substance without nature's processes or the work of human hands. A person must act as well as think. By thought, you can cause the gold in the hearts of the mountains to be impelled toward you, but it will not mine itself, refine itself, coin itself, and come rolling along the roads into your pocket. That just brought to mind the Walt Disney movie of Mickey Mouse being the sorcerer and not understanding the power of the wand and having everything come to life and causing a flood that he couldn't control. The gold is not going to turn itself into coins and come rolling down the street into your pocket. But under the impelling force of the supreme power, people's affairs will be so ordered that someone will be led to mine the gold for you. And another person's business transactions will be so directed that the gold will be brought toward you. You must arrange your own business affairs so that you are able to receive it when it comes to you. Your thought makes all things, animate and inanimate, work to bring you what you want. However, your personal activity must be such that you can rightly receive what you want when it reaches you. You are not to take it as charity or to steal it. You must give every person more in use value than he gives you in cash value. The scientific use of thought consists in forming a clear and distinct mental image of what you want, in holding fast to your purpose to get what you want, and in realizing with grateful faith that you do get what you want. Do not try to protect your thought in any mysterious or occult way with the idea of having it go out and do things for you. That is wasted effort, and it will weaken your power to think with sanity. You must use your faith and purpose to positively impress your vision upon the formless substance, which has the same desire for more life than you have. And this vision received from you sets all the creative forces at work in and through their regular channels of action, but directed toward you. So think about what he's saying. You sit and quietly close your eyes, imagine what you want. Imagine the material things. When you think about being financially free or financially wealthy, you don't think about big bags of coins sitting around you. You think about what you're going to be doing with that financial freedom, with the funds to be able to go on the trip that you've always wanted, or to pay the bills that come with owning the house that you want, the land that you want, the trip that you're going to take, the business that you want running smoothly and operating all over the world, helping millions of people. How would you be helping those less fortunate than yourself? What would you do with all that excess financial wealth? How many people could be blessed by your good works? You think about the end result. What does it look like when you're living the life that you want and helping so many other people because you have the means? What does it feel like when your heart is filled with joy from all the people that you've helped? How many lives have you changed because of your ideas? When you're imagining what you truly desire and how it feels, every cell of your being starts to get magnetized to that image, to that feeling, to that vibrational energy. And it starts to harmonize with people, places, things, circumstances, situations, everything that is required, everything that matches that harmonious vibration to put in place the picture that you're holding in your mind and in your heart. And you have to be a cooperative component. You have to think and feel and act according to who you will be now that your goal has been attained. Think about what you're going to be doing. You might get so practiced at this that you can see the clothes that you're wearing. Maybe you're hearing people congratulate you. Maybe you're celebrating and you can actually taste and smell the celebration. So Wallace Waddle says, it is not your part to guide or to supervise the creative process. All you have to do with that is to retain your vision, stick to your purpose, and maintain your faith and gratitude. How long do you stay in that vibrational energy that you're so grateful now that your dream goal has come into reality? Do you think about it fleetingly, or do you actually spend some time in that vibrational energy? Wallace says, but you must act in a certain way so that you can appropriate what is yours when it comes to you, so that you can accept the things in your picture and put them in their proper places. You can readily see the truth of this. When things reach you, they will be in the hands of other people who will ask an equivalent for them. You can only get what is yours by giving the other person what is theirs. You're probably going to have to pay the bills for that beautiful big house and car and land that you want. You're going to have to hire people when your business is thriving. It's likely going to cost you something to take that trip of a lifetime. Your pocketbook will not become bottomless. It will not always be full of money without effort on your part. Receiving is the crucial point in the science of getting rich. Right here, where thought and personal action must be combined. By thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. There are many people who consciously or unconsciously set the creative forces in action by the strength and persistence of their desires. However, they remain poor because they do not provide for the reception of the thing they want when it comes. By thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Whatever your action is to be, it is evident that you must act now. You cannot act in the past. It is essential to the clearness of your mental vision that you dismiss the past from your mind. You cannot act in the future because the future is not here yet. And you cannot tell how you will want to act in any future contingency until that contingency has arrived. Because you are not right now in the right business or the right environment now, do not think that you must postpone action until you get into the right business or environment. And do not spend time in the present planning the best course in possible future emergencies. Have faith in your ability to meet any emergency when it arrives. If you act in the present with your mind on the future, your present action will be with a divided mind and will not be effective. Put your whole mind into present action. Do not give your creative impulse to the original substance and then sit down and wait for results. If you do, you will never get them. Act now. There is never any time but now, and there never will be any time but now. If you are ever to begin to make ready for the reception of what you want, you must begin now. Your action must be in your present business or employment, and it must be upon the persons and things in your present environment. You cannot act where you are not. You cannot act where you have been, and you cannot act where you're going to be. You can only act where you are. Just noticing on my slide, there's ripples in the pond. What you do now ripples out and causes an effect in the universe. Through your actions, there is an opposite and equal reaction from the universe. So what your actions are causing an effect. Your actions go out, and as you think thoughts in alignment with your beautiful goal, it starts to give you ideas and impulses. Take action on those ideas and impulses so that leads you to the next stage, the next step. Wallace Waddle says, "You cannot act where you are not. You cannot act where you have been. And you cannot act where you are going to be. You can only act where you are. Do not dwell on whether yesterday's work was done well or poorly. Do today's work well. Do not try to do tomorrow's work now. There will be plenty of time to do that when tomorrow comes. Do not try by occult or mystical means to act on people or things that are out of your reach. Do not wait for a change of environment before you act. Cause a change of environment through action. Hold with faith and purpose the vision of yourself in a better environment, but act upon your present environment with all your heart and with all your strength and with all your mind. Do not spend any time in daydreaming or castle building. Hold to the one vision of what you want and act now." Your vision and faith will set the creative force in motion and bring it toward you, and your action will cause the forces in your own environment to move toward the place you want. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original substance permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, and cause the thing you think about to be created. In order to do this, you must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. You must form a clear mental picture of the things you want, and you must hold this picture in your thoughts with the fixed purpose to get what you want and the unwavering faith that you will get what you want. Closing your mind to all that may tend to shake your purpose, dim your vision, or quench your faith. That you may receive what you want when it comes, you must act now upon the people and things in your present environment. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Create a wonderful day. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7. And for my clients, I'll see you at 9 o'clock, or we can talk about trampling the terror barrier that will get in your way. Thank you.